Everybody, everybody, tell everybody, tryna reach everybody, say everybody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Erabody's podcast, where generations collide and cultures combine. Today, we got a great show for you. And when you talk about passion for youth, that's something that always hit home for me.
Right.
The youth of the future. And today, we have Nolan. He's a Coach Nolan with Mars Jeff football team over at Nord. And he'll come in and tell you more about his story and his passion behind youth and why he give back. Right now, it's your boy Ricky.
And I'm the Honorable Darren D. Purnell, the street speaker himself. What's up, Rick?
What up, D? What's going on? Happy
Man,
New
what's
Year,
going on?
my
Happy
brother.
New Year, man. The beginning of the year, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
tell you, you know, a lot of people gonna put them on with the things they put out.
What, the resolution?
Yeah, they gonna put them. I'm losing weight. The gym gonna be packed, Rick.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I'm in
packed
there,
and
too. I'm
stacked.
going, too.
For about a week. So you know what? I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, you gonna wait
I'm gonna let
till
the crowd.
everybody
Yeah, I'm
gone.
gonna go ahead and let them get their party on. It's like two things, like even in church, Easter and Mother's Day. I just don't go. You know, it's packed and stacked.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm in there, though.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a run of it this year. You know?
So we didn't close out talk about last year, but what's some of the things that you want to get done last year that you didn't get done?
I wanted to stay and maintain my health. You know, like health is a big factor once you turn a certain age.
Right.
Once you get up in age, health matters.
Right.
Health, finances, and just staying focused, bro. Last year I spent more time than usual with family, so I accomplished that.
Right.
Kind of put a few business things to the side just to deal with family, but now I'm ready to balance everything off because balance matters for me.
Right.
What about yourself?
Man, it was a long year, man. It was just like I feel as though I even had my feet on the ground most of the year, man. I moved my office. I became part of the show, which is great. So it was like I didn't have everything. It was so much going on or whatever. But I'm glad that we able to see another year. And like you say, health, man. I've been slacking so much. And when you get up in age, man, your health is your wealth. Just talking about it. I went to the gym the other day. It was take my son to basketball practice, and the lady fainted up in there. So as you
Fainted
saying,
in the gym.
yeah, she fainted. We didn't get an update yet on exactly what happened to her, but it's man, you be here today and the deaths at the end of the year. That would shock me. A lot of people that passed away at the end of the year, just all of a sudden that didn't see 26. So man, I'm grateful. It was a tough year, but 26 is gonna be big.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So you believe in a resolution thing?
Well, me and my family on yesterday we actually had to reschedule it 2 times, but we did our with the when you put on the thing.
What you were saying?
The vision board. Yeah, we did the vision board. The whole family did it, and everybody. So yesterday was vision board for us. Everybody put their vision board up in the family, and they had to present to the whole family what the vision board is. So I'm proud. That was a nice family moment, and got to see what my kids thinking. All them think they're gonna be rich, and I like that mindset.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We in that era there, you know.
Yeah. So, what you think in 2026? Like, what's up? What's going to be different or whatever?
What, far as the world or far as me personally?
Personally, we gonna go into the world next.
All right, personally, bro, I feel like I told you I had a problem with planning. You know, my wife did all the planning.
Right.
And me, I was just that on the spot person.
Right.
I'm the person who could just finesse the moment.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't call it finesse because, you know, even in that moment, it's still successful.
Right.
But I want to, you know, build up on my planning attribute because I lacked it so long.
And I think finesse is a good word. I think it's been used as a bad word.
Yeah.
For somebody say finesse, and they'll be like, oh, or whatever.
Yeah, like you just getting over in a
just
moment.
getting over. Yeah.
I mean, it matters in everything we've been doing, you know, and I say we had an 8-year run with the Level Up campaign.
Right.
And pretty much it gets exhausting when you don't have a solidified plan, right?
Right.
And that's where I seen myself at. getting exhausted because my planning was just so bad.
Right.
But sitting next to you, my wife, and a few other people, they showed me why planning matters so much. So that's what I'm about this year: planning and strategicness.
One of my early coaches said, "Proud preparation prevents piss poor performance, and preparation creates the separation." Boy, when you prepare for anything, it shows. You can tell when somebody prepared, but when you're not prepared, it just shows that you didn't take the time and you didn't care.
Yeah.
So
I mean, not all the time, 'cause like I said, my
yeah,
finesse game serious.
but
So
some people
don't
better.
know.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm
and,
saying?
and that's where it comes at where they got some people like myself. I'm just like you. I could step in there, you wouldn't know that I just got the strip 10 minutes ago, and I made it look better than what it was. So whatever. So and that's one of the things. In 2026, we have so many laws that's changing, and one of the big laws I think is going to affect families tremendously.
What you got?
President Trump said he ain't going for that lifetime Section 8 voucher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to get up that.
Oh, yeah.
He said he ain't going for that, Rick.
Yeah.
He said 2 years minimum.
So how you feel about that, though?
We come from the system.
I'm a Section 8 baby, bro.
I'm a system baby, but I will say that I like what Texas do with the system, and I'm talking about Texas. I understand this system. My aunties didn't come back to New Orleans because they went to the system. They left for Hurricane Katrina. They was on the system. They got an opportunity to become homeowners. Mm-hmm. They work you off the system. I think Louisiana, they let you get nailed down to the system or whatever, and they don't want to see no progress.
I think it's the individual get nailed down. They nail themselves down because the process is still the same, far as I understand.
No. It's different states. It's different states.
But aren't you able to purchase a home after being in 2 years in Louisiana?
This what my auntie them did when they took their Section 8 voucher. This is what happened. They were building a new subdivision. Mm-hmm. They put them in basically 3-year. Pay your rent on time, this, that, and the other. It's going to go towards your home ownership. So I'm talking about this went from New Orleans, August 29th, by September, by October, job back working. They ain't even have time to worry about stressing over New Orleans. They was, I have an opportunity. And when she got that opportunity, my auntie don't almost come back to New Orleans no more. Yeah. They gave me something. That's not the thing in New Orleans.
I thought it was though. I mean, I think it's like that fine print. People don't read it. It's there, but again, people nail themselves because the lack of knowledge. Yeah, the lack of knowledge is what nails you there because government programs supposed to run the same all across the states.
No, but I'm asking you a question. How do you do 40 and 50 years?
Because they nailed themselves. It ain't the government. The government don't care if you don't care.
I was watching the first 48, and it was in a Poker Bean project in Miami, and that lady was there for 58 years. Yeah. And I said to myself, "Now, condition and position, something got to change."
Yeah, when people be like, "Oh, that's my project, my house," the government allowing you to do that,
right?
But we kind of slipped under the radar for so long. You know what I'm saying? So if now what their intentions is to pay more attention to those neglectful individuals, I feel like, that's a good thing.
And if you're in Louisiana, they have a law that, and I think this law should have been went into effect that it's getting out of hand right now with texting and driving. People are losing their life or whatever. It's a main distraction in schools. I think we went to school, we didn't have the phones. I think that it should come to a point that now in Louisiana, I don't know how many other states that have it, that is no texting and driving.
Yeah, I heard about the law a while. It's been that. But you really think with all the crimes going on, they could really fully police that?
I will say this. Now, to guys that's doing things wrong, or it will make the state troopers now, outside of just looking at lights and everything, all I got to do is see the phone in your hand. If you have it in your hand, that's all I need. Yeah. So now, imagine you already in a crime-ridden city like New Orleans, and now this is just another tool. I saw the phone in your hand. Yeah. Oh, he was passing, showing me a coupon. I seen it in your hand. Mm-hmm. You can't have it in your hand. So what I did for all my kids, and include my fiance, all of them have drive-free devices in their car now. So that's where it need to be at. And I sent him a text message. And when I heard about the law way in September, I brought from each one of their vehicles and say you should have it like this.
Yeah.
But now I think that a lot of people, because the first ticket $100, but it give the police officer more opportunity to stop you. And once they stop you, one thing leads to another, and now your conditioning position.
Yeah. But how do you police that is what I'm asking. Like, oh, I seen you.
Yeah,
Where your evidence?
Yeah. So I think that, and you realize this, that a cop's word is just like the principal. Like if your mama brought you to school and the principal said, he could be lying his teeth off, but he got the benefit of the doubt. The police officer always had the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, I wanted the curses. Nah, hell with that.
They always, but look, that's what I'm trying to tell you in court. That's why they tell you gotta have clear evidence that he did wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta prove that he did wrong.
Right.
He could say you did wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Well, that's where your phone coming at, right? You gotta film him coming up.
Yeah. So
Right,
and I
damn,
think
my phone.
and I think that
I mean, for as safety, it matters.
It matters,
You know,
right?
it matters for as safety.
yeah, and I would think that
But
as
it'll be a lot of racial profiling in that too. I see. Because
Yeah.
the Louisiana State Police are here to help fight crime
Right.
because we have a shortage of police officers.
Right. Yeah.
So they here for a specific reason.
Yeah.
You ain't got.
Yeah.
They don't have the capacity to worry about phones.
All right,
now,
so we
brother.
in New Orleans. I hope they treat it like they treated the guy that's drinking beer by the gas station.
Let it pass.
It's a law everywhere else, but we let it pass.
Yeah.
But I will say, if they catch you on the interstate,
Yeah,
that's what I'm mostly with. On the interstate.
I agree.
Nah, go ahead and do
I
it. But
agree.
on the street,
Yeah, come on, let that slide.
you can let it slide. All right. and I want to say that this president he never amazes me with some of the things that he's doing. This is the second time in our lifetime, Rick. They went and got Noriega, went in his country, arrested him, put him in jail. They went to Venezuela now and arrest him and his wife, brought him to the United States, put the silver Chanels on him, and he gonna be held in the United States. They say the charges is a terrorist threat to the United States because he was bringing drugs. He was letting them bring drugs in the United States.
So, I mean, I heard like little spigots of what happened, but I'm not too familiar with the story. So break it down. What happened for the people who don't know? Because I don't.
Big dog, Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and people take it personally. I'm looking out for my best interests. You got the black gold. I'm trying to give you a deal. You don't want it, and then you hollering at my enemies. They got this thing called BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, China, all them then clicked up against me.
Korean.
And you selling the black gold to them, and you trying to not do it in the US dollar and everything. It's like you cutting me out. The reason why you don't get attacked or nothing, because you that close to the United States and nobody ain't gonna play with you because I'm here. So you've been living under my hand all this time, and now you're gonna go against me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to straighten it up for your partner.
Oh, so he gonna strong arm it himself, huh?
Yeah, he went got him.
Yeah.
And you know how you got to be crazy when you get arrested by another country. You know how bad they got to feel. You be like, dude, you came into my country, got me, and then flew me back to your country, and talking about I gotta stand trial. Man, United States, they always
serious, huh?
Yeah, man, they keep some shit up with
So
him.
he I guess he got in plans a trade for a trade, huh?
He did. Marco Rubio is over, basically gonna run Venezuela until they get to pick somebody.
That's crazy.
That's the United States. He gonna let him go over there and straighten it up. The United States, Exxon and all that oil companies gonna take over all the stuff because they built it. He putting it as if they stole it because they built the infrastructure for it.
Yeah.
And then he kicked them out. So now he letting them come back in and say, y'all take care of all that or whatever.
I don't know how to feel about that one though. I thought it was because they had in Venezuela one of the U.S. people captive or something. You know?
No.
So
it's just
he
one of
want
those.
that liquid gold, huh?
That liquid, man. I'll tell you one thing. You better keep your mouth. If you find it, you better keep your mouth closed. Man, they coming for that. But we talked about this on our last episode on Rick. Kids that's not being grateful.
Yeah.
And this goes right into our next guest coming on. they just not grateful. And me and you seen this thing where this kid out there, I wish I had his name, Rick, and his parents gave him a PS5 remote, and he was like, he opened it up and he was like, I got an Xbox. And then he was like, he was just so genuine with it. He was like, I don't have it. She was like, I'm sorry, baby. I meant to. And he was like, don't worry about it, man. Everybody make mistakes. It's just so heartwarming to see grace.
Yeah.
He was not as mad. I done seen kids throwing toys down or whatever, and just their mama tried and they just don't get it. But this kid, man, was tremendous with just showing grace and mercy to his parents, and just so happened they go in the back and give him that PS5, and he cried. So it's one of those moments that you sit back and look at it like, man, we ain't lost out here. He give us a little hope.
Yeah, he do.
He gave us a little hope, Rick.
He do, and that's it was a great gesture by him, because some kids have more empathy for their parents.
Right.
They don't understand fully the moment of things, but they do have some kids that be like, man, I know my mama been taking care of everything. My parents, I ain't gonna say your mama, but your parents been taking care of all this. Like, I just want a game. If I get it, I get it.
Right.
But his character, what he displayed at such a young age, there is hope.
Right.
And I feel like, again, that goes back to parenting.
Right.
We as parents allow our kids to lash out, to display this spoiled attitude, and then we are the ones who feel,
you give in.
Yeah, we give into it.
Right.
But you got to stop giving in, man. But that family, I feel like that family is doing the right thing. For sure.
Man, and shouts out, man. And then what I like to see, two parents was present. The father was in the background or whatever.
And that matters a lot, too.
Yeah, or whatever.
That matters a whole lot.
And his sister, you could see, she was like, he was like, everybody make mistakes and whatever. And she was like, we forgive you, man, or whatever. So it shows with both kids or whatever. Man, shouts out to y'all, man. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. But let's not forget, this episode is brought to you by Erabody's Coffee. Let's take a drink.
It's for everybody. Tell everybody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. And as we promised, man, we got Coach Nolan in the building. And again, it's always an honor to sit back with an individual who gives so much back to our young people, our future. Thank you for coming on, Nolan, man. We appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man. Appreciate y'all for having me,
Coach. And before we go any further, let us know who you are, man. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Coach Nolan from the Morris Jeff 5 and 6 football coach on the West Bank in Algiers, Louisiana.
Now, outside of that, you truck drive, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. You local, over the road, truck driving.
Local now. I've been driving for about 5 years now. Did 4 years over the road.
And what they call them women that try to mess with truck drive? What they call them? Lot lizard.
Yeah, lot lizard.
Lot lizard.
Lot lizard.
That's new to me. I ain't even heard it.
You ran across them before?
One time. But, nowadays the police be running them off now. So it's not too many of them now. You see that mostly when you get to up north Midwest.
Them truck stops. They call lot lizards, man.
Yeah.
They busy. They hop over a fence. Yeah, they sleep with truck drivers.
It's crazy. They say you'll see somebody you'll see a bra over to somebody's steering wheel. They got a lot lizard inside there, they say.
Oh, man. It's codes in the driving world, too, huh? Well, every community got its own little codes, huh?
Yeah, bro.
So, and I want to say this, and I always tell you this, man, your passion for youth 5 and 6. Rick, I don't have at that age.
Yeah, you got to have mad
You got to have patience, man. And for him not to be a father, Rick, to have 40 to 50 kids, he ain't got to deal with the parents, a 5 and 6 year old. That's teaching right there. That's teaching. Man, how do you get the guts? Because you're not going to get the credit. I want to say this. If I had a coach, it'd be high school or college. Because when they make it, they come back and buy the college coach and the high school coach a car.
Yeah.
Right.
The pokeball coach ain't get nothing.
Right.
So how do you get the guts and the courage, man, that 5 and 6, man? That's teaching, man.
When I first really came out there, I come out there just to help. My mass. Because my guys on the team, and my nephew, he played 9 and 10. So I ain't really come out there to be a coach. Yeah. So I just came out there to help. then just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I just took over from there. So it's like I think as time went on, I feel like, man, it probably could be my purpose for real. Like different personalities. It's like, and I was there before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But what do you feel like the patience coming at? Because like D said, dealing with them kids so young, they attention span so short. They kind of disrespectful, like we mentioned earlier. Like, what does that patience come from?
My back, I done deal with stuff way worse than that. You know what I'm saying? In my life. So I feel like that ain't really like no big challenge to me for real. Then it's like somebody got to do it if I don't do it. Because I feel like, man, look, when we doing this, I was thinking about the coaches, man. Like the coaches who coached me. Like at first, I wasn't as grateful as I was see them dudes now. You see what I'm saying? Now being in their shoes, understand like, man, like. That's really was a big challenge. I feel like, somebody that did it for me, why not do it for them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So where hood you from? You from New Orleans?
Yeah, I'm from New
Born
Orleans.
and raised?
Yeah, born and
What
raised.
hood?
From the 7-1.
Oh, it's 7-1?
Starless Park.
All right, Starless Park. There we go. Hard heads in the building.
Yeah.
You understand?
Watch this. Where your family from?
The 91. Florida
So
Project.
he like a 50-50.
He from the Florida.
He like 50-50.
Nah, most of them from the Florida Project.
Florida.
80% of my family from the Florida
Not the
Project.
D, all right?
I got some from the Desire.
Right,
Desire Parkway.
Yeah. So, and I would say this as seeing you as a coach. I'm one of the parents out there. I let the coach. I'm not about to come save my son. My son played for Morris Jeff. I watch him coach, and I'm not one to hop in there to save. What do you do to those parents that come to the team that think that they actually have say? They want to tell you how to go about running a practice for their son. They don't know football, and their son don't know, and you're trying to teach them. So how do you handle that? And I know with over 40 players on the thing now, you're in basketball season. How do you handle parents like that?
Have meetings. At this year, it really was a learning year for me because this is my first year coaching, so everything, was on the fly. But as time went on, different methods, like, some parents might feel like they son a running back. Oh, my son a quarterback. My son this. I'm going to give him the opportunity. Mm-hmm. It's up to him to prove if it's that. Once I give the opportunity,
It seize the moment.
Right. I let I let the kid, all right, your kid running back, we gonna try him out. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Mm-hmm. I give him the opportunity, so once I give the opportunity, ain't no more you could, it's not on me now. But
right.
Every kid gonna play. You get what I'm saying? But they got one ball, bro. Yeah. Everybody can't run the ball.
You're right.
Everybody can't play quarterback.
And I think that on a lot of parents, they think touchdowns. By not understanding football, they don't understand that the left tackle that's a $1 million position. The linebackers or whatever, that's me. Safety, cornerback. Yeah. They only see touchdowns and thinking that if they not giving it on ball,
he not a start.
Mm-hmm. But for the person to score the touchdown, they need that block, and their receiver have to catch the ball or whatever.
No, running back is a dying position in the NFL, bro. That's like. What the career last? They say projected last for about 5 years.
Probably less than that.
5 years.
And they go to weighing down. Yeah.
They don't know, like, man. Oh, I had a son playing center. Line. Oh, my son a running back. Like I told you, on one person, man. They don't know, like, man. A lineman to take your son further than a running back to take your son. Man, a lineman getting paid what, about $25 million a year in the NFL. Running back getting that what, like $10 million. Yeah. It's hard for a running back to get paid now.
Yeah. And what you just said about, not that you said that about the positions as you look at it, and when I came up at the age of 41, the running back was like a position, but now after 2 years, nobody don't want to pay them no more. They got to get out.
But it been like that from the past too. You hear all the old running backs saying like, man, I was taking all this contact, all this hits, and putting all this miles on my cleats.
Right.
And they not getting their money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's good to educate, the individual, the young kids, because even the kids, when they come out, they don't glorify being a lineman.
Right.
Using your strength, because a lot of the young kids be strong.
Right.
But you don't have the skill to throw the ball 20, 30 yards.
Right. Look at Eli. My guys, look at my nephew.
Right.
Eli played on the line last year.
I remember.
My nephew played on the line last year. Mm-hmm. It's like if my child played on the line, his first year playing football, why can't yours?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that build grit too.
that builds
Yeah.
great. Like
Yeah.
it's a process. You can't skip the process, bro.
Yeah,
You can't skip you gotta learn levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to block. You gotta learn how to cover. You gotta learn how to read it. You gotta learn all this. Like you just can't. How you gonna be? Some kids you can't just skip to be a running back. Maybe he can run the ball, but can he read the holes? Can he do it? You know what I'm saying? It's really like a process with everything, though. When it comes down to football, bro.
And that's why patience, and understanding too, because I know they have furious parents come out, like my man D was telling me a story earlier about, y'all in basketball season now. My nephew Magic, this man playing center. My dude like 75 inches. You heard?
Nah.
he getting up there.
But it's one of the things as the coaches that I like about you. Not only do you patient with them, but as they getting better and better. I have watched from the first time I met you, we walked on the field, until you made it all the way your first year. You and Biggs, y'all made it to the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
How it feels?
Gang go to the championship.
Huh?
We get the game to go to the championship.
Oh yeah, you lost. So you went to the Final Four.
Went to the Final Four. Yeah.
You went to the Final Four. So you made it that far in your first year. Is the expectation higher coming back? You got you still got your same players. They coming back. They committed. Is it the expectation higher to come back and get over that hump?
Yeah, I think so. Because I feel like this. They feel like Eli, Ray, them dudes. They feel like, all right, what Nolan gonna do without them dudes?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like, man, I gotta prove to them every year, like, man, this it's not players, it's developing what we teaching these kids. You get what I'm saying?
So the coaching staff change is what I'm hearing.
No.
For the most part, I'm on 5 and 6. We gonna do both. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna make time to go to a big park. Do 7U, 8U, 9U. 2 have trying to 16. So I'm gonna be involved from 8 to 6 on down. So, but we have some star players on this team. Some people might feel like, man, Nolan only won because he had good players. I gotta show him. I feel like I got more to prove. You know what I'm saying? My goal I feel like this. I made it to the Final Four. Every year I coach, I'm trying to make it to the Final Four better.
Right.
I'm not trying to go down. Every year I'm trying to go up.
Right. And how do you go about finding kids? You think once you build a program, they'll come? You literally got to go do what high schools and everybody doing. You got to go scout and get them there.
How I find kids, man, that's crazy. I might see a mom post or something on Instagram. I'm like, damn, how old he is? I really in the neighborhood in LJ. I seen a grandma walking with 3 kids. I have that, pull my truck over the middle of the street. I'm like, man, I want all of them, man. She said, you could come get them. I live right side to side. I wrote a number down in my notes. I'm like, man, football season, come and get them.
Yeah.
I'm in the park of Gentile Biggs, right at there. I see another mom. She like, man, I don't really got no money, but he could play.
Right.
I say, it's good. I want him.
Right.
I recruit all over Instagram. See you in Walmart. Might see you. Man, I just want the kids, bro.
So speaking about that finances, we know that there's financial barriers for a lot of parents.
Right.
And that's what kind of keep them away from getting their kids involved in sports and recreation. How do you overcome that barrier as it pertains to finances? Because we know working with the parks now is different from when we growed up, when they used to finance everything. How do you, incorporate some type of financial stability into the programming?
Do fundraisers. We do a budget. We try to have a budget. Everybody not able to pay a budget, so we have a budget at a certain thing. It's like, all right, the budget stuff might be like $100. We might have a budget at $150. We try to let the parents know, like, man, all right, the budget might be $150. We might use some of the money from other parents to cover the kids that don't really have too much.
Right.
Coaches like me, I might dish in whatever I could do, I do for the most part. I tell the parents, like, man, look, everybody don't have it. You got some parents on the team with 6 kids, We just try to do it the best way as possible. But next year, man, we going for a whole new approach. It ain't like how we was playing.
Right.
Everybody want 3 uniforms now. When I played, we had one uniform, bro.
A reversible.
Same, right.
One home, one away. So, and I will say this, and I'll give you credit while I'm on. I love giving people their credit. I've seen you come out of your own pocket to make things happen for your team. And that's what a lot of parents don't understand about when you take this coaching role, this volunteer role. I got to get your kids. You give them rides to places. They getting with you. They ain't 8 in the morning. So now you got to make donuts happen. You got to make lunch happen because chances are, if you didn't feed them, they probably don't eat. So when you in private neighborhoods like the urban area, there's some of the things that Coach is going through. What is some of the challenges of getting a child and not just going to the game? You got to feed, you got to do the whole 9 yards.
Oh, it's very challenging, man. It's a lot. Sometimes you gotta feed them. They might lose their side. You gotta buy them cleats, all type of stuff, But man, I was talking to a coach who been coaching. Coach from Millen. He been coaching for about 10 years now, man. Like he told me, man, don't worry about it. Everything you put in, brother, gonna come back 10 times more. You feel what I'm saying? I was that same kid before,
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? My dad in and out of jail. My mom was single mother. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I used to go tap dance on bourbon to get my football stuff. So what I'm saying? Like, I've been there. So if anybody can help, man, I'm trying to do my best to help them, bro.
And I seen you, when you say forget the socks, we done had championship game. Kids forget the shoulder pads. Now, you would think, how the hell you come to the game without your helmet, shoulder pads, and, man, getting them dressed. Remind you, he coached 5 and 6. We got to get them dressed because it's not down packed yet. So, in it's a process, and I have learned a lot from helping. But, man, it's tremendous to see y'all got all the way. And how long the program been missing for?
For about almost 10 years. For 5, like I told you, want to have one age group that Chatham coached. That was 13 or 14. They don't have 13 or 14 no more now. So the last year, 13 or 14, I think was 21, 22. So they only had this one age group for like 3 years. So the rest of the age groups ain't been there for about 10.
Yeah, so y'all building it back from the ground.
From the ground. Yeah. From the ground up.
Now, I have one thing that I always tell you about. Why we can't have no home games?
Man, I don't know. That's really a Nord issue. We trying to I got an idea I won't present the Nord this year.
Right.
I got like a good idea. I'm trying to do like homecomings for everybody. Homecoming games. I'm trying to bring some excitement to Nord this year, man.
And I want that because my grandmother is 93. She'll be 94 this year. She stayed right around the corner from the park. And I told her I was going to bring her to a game. But I didn't want to get her in the car and bring her all the way to the other side. I wanted her to come right at the park, right where we at. But we just ain't have the games or whatever.
It take a village too, for this. I got other coaches on board, but it's a process. I'm young. I'm one of the youngest coaches. I'm gonna bring some excitement to the game. I brought a lot of excitement last year.
Right.
I'm gonna bring some excitement to the game for sure.
So do you feel like the parents have to contribute to that too, and how do you get them kind of on board with that process? You said numbers. Numbers.
I feel like, man, you gotta, like me. I built a relationship with every coach this year, with mostly on 5 and 6. Cause after the football season, we did an all-star, so. It's basically like you just get the guys who got influence over they pokes. You know what I'm saying? If I got influence, all my parents gonna back me. He got influence, all his parents gonna back him. That's how we do it. That's how we get it done. That's how we get it done. I got Willie Hall on board, Millionaire on board, Barnager on board. We get all them pokes, all their parents back. No, can't turn it down.
So, and I'm asking you a question. Rick, when we played, it was nothing like this. They got banners. You come out, they got smoke coming out. I'm gonna ask you a question. They got when you see now, man, they got all the stuff. They got the socks, they got the little cushion on the helmet or whatever, name on the back of the jersey.
Right.
So, is this giving glory to players that ain't accomplished nothing yet? Because when we played, it was simple as this, Rick Nolan. Don't ask me about McDonald's if y'all ain't won.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm taking y'all to Gentilly.
Right.
Y'all better go win this game, and we can stop at McDonald's.
Yeah.
If we don't win, y'all going home.
Straight home.
I don't care what you eat. But, so I say that. Now they got everything. Yeah. And this is the generation that me and him talk about all the time. That the generation that of everything. Without winning nothing, they get their name on their jersey. They get the smoke coming out, man. I'm like, they get the banner, they bust out the banner, they get to talk trash, and you like, dude, you won nothing. So, and from the top team to the worst team, all of them have that. And like you said, they want 2 and 3 jerseys. We had that reversible,
right?
Home, away, or whatever. So, how do you keep them grounded and like, dude, yeah, we can have all this, but we gotta win. Because you like to go big.
Right.
That's why the coaches like, oh man, that boy. That's why they come at you because you like to go big. But if you don't win, you did all that. Them boys looking like, man, them boys are a whole show. They like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
they all show.
sure. Man, I'm from the era like yo. I'm like probably like the last era that
Right.
But this is a different era. It's the era you got to pop it. It's the pop era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, and what you're saying is, if in all the teams basically have swag. It's just gonna be Rick. It's just tremendous from the big ones to the little ones. They come out and they got everything, different cleats. The pink they wear the socks for the breast cancer. They just come out hard, and all of them do that. So I'm happy to see. But I would have loved to see it in our generation. We had an opportunity.
I would have too, but you ain't talking to a losing coach either. You know what I'm saying? They lost in top four.
Yeah,
we were like what?
The Final Four.
After 9.5 years of not having a squad.
We were like 5-1 first year.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
that's big.
And and the crazy part about it when you see the whole season, you seeing them get good. When we first looked, I thought for sure y'all. Dumpster juice,
burn their cleats,
trash can. Because we went out there for practice, everybody raw. We had like 2 players. You got to remember the projects is tore down, so they don't get to play football all day.
Right.
You got kids like my son that don't know how to play football at all, but want to play. So he really teaching. Imagine when we went out there, we know how to play football, and we just had to learn the plays and everything. So now, when we first went out there, I said, boy, it's going to be a funny season. I said, boy, we going to be trash. But them boys came out there with it, and it was winning.
So they deserve the smoke.
Yeah. So he dropped all the plays or whatever. And would you consider yourself an offensive coordinator and Biggs the
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
I'm the OC to DC.
So where you get the plays from? Like, it's just creative, or you just watching the rules?
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I was around it last year. I used to be going to some of the 5 and 6 games, watching some of them coaches play. A lot of NOR games be on YouTube.
Right.
So I went on YouTube like for the whole 3 months. Like I was been studying. I watched Willie Hall 5 and 6 year old games, Millen 5 and 6 year old games, Joe Brown 5 and 6 year old games. I took some from him, and the stuff I already knew, and just made my own playbook off it, man, for the most part.
And so
you have an extensive playbook, or you kind of narrow it down?
It's 5 and 6. You really got to narrow it down for the most part.
So how many players you say you got?
I had about 4 players?
What?
About 4 players, yeah.
5-1 with 4 players is crazy.
Yeah, about 4 players.
That's crazy work.
But when they work, and they hitting, man, we had a game, we could have had 50.
Yeah.
They must have called like about 4 or 5 touchdowns.
That's the St. Rock game.
Yeah, that's the St. Rock. They were busting it. I'm talking about when they hitting on cylinders and they getting it, it's good. But now you rolling into basketball season. So you come out of football season, now you're in basketball season. You're 1-1 already. How is that experience watching these same kids? Well, you got your football team now playing basketball. So you teaching again because they don't know how to play basketball.
Now basketball, I got that's why. That's another. I think basketball might be more of a challenge than football for sure. Like I ain't been around basketball since I've been playing. I ain't been around basketball in so long, but that first game watching, it's crazy. Man. You got the coaches on the court now. I see the
yeah, because it's the kids once, but when you seen them. When you put my son at, I guess, power forward center, I'm saying to myself, I wanted him on the wing. But like I say, I'm not one to ever get in the way. I'm gonna let coach do his thing. Man, my son was getting rebounds, wrestling big dudes on the ground. I'm like, man, I was so proud of him. He had that dog in him. But from football, you go to basketball, and they just getting tougher. Like I say, liking him as a coach, the progression in them. They consistently getting better and better. So in basketball, what prediction you got? You got how many games y'all have in basketball?
About 6, 7. Man, we going to the playoffs. I'm trying to go to the championship for sure. But I'm going. I ain't missing the playoffs or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not missing the playoffs or nothing.
Yeah.
That's the expectation. Like I told my kids, like we gonna have fun. As long as we having fun, man, we gonna win.
Yeah.
Like I had an interview with the guy from Tennessee. I said, man, I'm gonna beat up. Like it's fine. You gotta make it fun for these kids. You make it fun for these kids, bro. They gonna run through a brick wall for you.
Yeah. So I know they transitioned over from football to basketball. Do you see like a lot of traveling?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, run it.
Man, I was watching a 9 and 10 year old basketball game. I was 9 and 10, man. We was nice at 9 and 10. I'm watching kids. I watch 20 travels, 20 dump on 9 and 10, bro.
Damn.
I'm like, dog, the game. It's
But I'm gonna ask you the question. By not having a child out there, so it's like you got, which I met your nephew. I love him. I mean, he's an extension of you. He's a good kid. He's the kid. He'll show, like, after practice when we talking, he's showing the younger kids what to do, what you want. But by you not having a kid out there, you don't have no favoritism. You just want to win. Is that different from seeing me as a father? Boy, my son shot the ball yesterday. Boy, I prayed like never before that I wanted to go in because I wanted to see him make his first shot. But for you, it's almost like that's your kids, but it's not as exciting as the parents because I'm waiting for him to make that first shot or get that first touchdown or whatever. How that feel? How you control those feelings and not? Which you ain't got no hand in the game because you ain't got nothing out there.
My expectation, I just want to see every kid go out there and just try, bro. If I see every kid out there trying, I'm satisfied with that, for the most part.
Right. What been the most impressive kid that you seen that got better and jumped like that, and that you seen from the day he came on there, and now you're seeing him or whatever? Or if it's a couple of them,
who I say? Man, we had a few kids. Who I can really see? Who I can really see? I like Magic. I like Magic. I like Blake. I like some of the the little kids who really came in there and played with with these big kids. I watch your son start off being a little timid.
Right.
Then he get on the field. He be in a mix. Sometimes he'll make the tackle, but he'll be right there, cut the dude off. Or right. It's like. It's a process, man. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like I told you. 2-3 years, I think Magic gonna be legit. You feel what I'm saying? For sure. I think he gonna be legit.
And this is one of the things I'm gonna tell you. He love coming to practice. You his coach, but he's practice ready. It ain't no I gotta force him. He's practice ready. Like, man, I gotta go to practice or whatever. He know the practice. When we had practice when basketball season started, we had practice for 2 days, but the next week we didn't have practice. He was like, we ain't got practice or whatever. And he kind of like, man, we in practice. He was actually practicing with Rick's son. And I guess that's where he learned how to get them rebounds from. Rick's son putting them in the post, banging them down.
I forgot. Kyrie, number 2. I like that kid. All right. He never played football. He played flag. Mm-hmm. Man, this kid one of the most timid kids ever,
Yeah. Kyrie.
This year, he probably had the most touchdowns on the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy, dads to bring him out there. He like, man, look, I want my son going with Eli.
Right. The
biggest kid on the team. He's like, man, I want my son going with him. He's like, man, at first it wasn't working with him. I was telling him, I'm like, man, he gonna get it. I see it in him. He gonna get it. I worked with him. They're like, man, you just, I grabbed him. I'm like, man, I'm gonna build him to what I want to be. A kid probably had one of the most touchdowns on the team, bro. Like,
so why is it important? Like, why are you that invested into these young kids?
Like I said, man, I had coaches who did the same thing with me. So I feel like it's only right. Somebody was invested in me the same way. I got to return a favor. I feel like that's my calling to do that because a coach did that with me. So I feel like these kids deserve the same opportunity.
And the same thing what you just saying, I always feel the same way. That's why I always go back on whenever the desire call me. I feel as though like it's a duty because, like you say, Mr. Paratoba, Ernest Lewis, these guys went out there they stayed after school, they gave rides and everything. So for me to be having any type of success and not to want to share it or give it back, that just, man, and a lot of people like that. But I think it's a job. It's a responsibility more to me. That's on one of my, if I don't do this or nothing else, when the night walk call, I got to be there because those coaches, man, that gym, the Desire Community Center, Coach Buck saved a lot of lives, man. A lot of guys, because they just was tied up in playing basketball. When that shootout happened, they wasn't there. And when the police swung, they wasn't on the corner or whatever. So it's definitely coaches play a tremendous part. I'm gonna ask you a question. We're gonna take I want you to answer this question right after we come off a commercial break. Will you rank coaches right up there? Did coaches overtake pastors now in the black community? Because, boy, black people love coaches. Do you think he did over? Because at one time it was the black pastor, then a coach. You think the coach took him yet? Hold on, think about it. We're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Right, facts.
This Everybody Coffee. This episode is brought to you by Everybody's Coffee.
It's for everybody. Tell everybody.
Welcome back. You heard the question I asked, Coach. As long as I've been in the black community, these two been running toe to toe. But it was always the black pastor first, and then it was the coach second. But I think in this generation, in 2025, I think the black pastor have slipped. He lost his position big time. Because the majority of this generation almost go to church.
Right. That's what I want.
So I think he slipped. But I think the coach, he's riding high. So what you think about that?
Yeah, I just was finna say, I feel like majority of this generation, they too caught up on the internet and stuff. They don't really go to church too much. You know, we got coaches, then it's more relatable. They got younger coaches, older coaches, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why they took a step, you know, because some of these dudes, some of these kids are like me. My last year was playing football, 2012, 2013? So I was just in it, you know what I'm saying? I could relate to them too, you know what I'm saying? Right. They could relate to me. Then some of these kids, they don't got fathers at home like me. I got coaches like me who gonna pick them up, feed them. I got kids, man. I got 2 kids from 9 to 10 sleeping in my house right now. You know, I got 2 kids that spend Christmas by my house. You know, that's why parents relate, because they got coaches really getting a lot of hands on. You get what I'm saying? That's why I feel like they relate to them.
Yeah. Right. So pastor, like, you know, you don't open your church unless somebody pay you. You know, right. you see with Coach Nolan. You see with Coach Nolan without getting paid. You see pastor.
Like I literally got by my girl. I literally got a kid from 9 to 10 with my nephew by my girl house right now. Yeah. Right. You know, and I don't coach 9 to 10, but you know, I live right there by the park, man. My mom told me, she like, man, yeah, get some more snacks, because you know all the kids gonna come over here. Like, they be sleeping in my house. I be having about 8 of them in the house, you know.
Yeah. And when I see that, even after practice, you got the snack bag. That's one thing that you started. But I noticed you have the prayer, and I want to tell you this to build my son confidence up. You know, when he first started, like you say, he was timid, and I told him, I said, man, ask Coach, can you say the prayer? You let him say the prayer. From that day on, he started talking more. He started being more active with the team or whatever, and he started just building his confidence up, man. And like I said, man, we proud to have you as a coach, as a black leader. And I want to say this: it's a narrative that going out, and you got firsthand experience. And Rick, you said people are lying saying black fathers. How many black fathers, whether it's at the games, practice, that you see, that you know, that's in that, from Skinny Man, from all the fathers, Millie on fathers, things, and you know, you could tell there's not no roundabout fathers. You could tell these fathers have deep relationships with their kids, not just a drop off dad, but they stay there with them and they go home with them. But the mid is, Rick, you could start a Black Panther meeting at the practice. That's how many fathers there.
Yeah. Nah, they have some good.
Packed and stacked.
You have some good fathers. Then they don't just help their kids. They help other kids. That's like, man, we got something special, bro. Oh, we got something special over there. We got some fathers over there, bro. Like him, he help out with the team. I seen Tim getting the kids together. I see Millie Daddy he brought jerseys.
Yeah.
We had a father that donated, sponsored a uniform for the kids. Yeah. You know, man, you don't really get that too much, man. I think we got something real special going on over here, man.
Yeah, you say special. That's what helps aid the success of these young people too. Right. When they see it's more than one person and stuff is actually happening. Because being passive is what I learned through the work that I do. You know, I see a lot of individuals say, "Hey, that kid disrespectful. I'm not gonna deal with him." Or they walk past a kid because they feel fearful of whatever outlash that this kid have. But a lot of it is trauma based.
Right, for sure.
So just having that approach, you know what I'm saying, man? We won't really lift you up during this episode because you don't see a lot of this. A lot of people talk the talk, but they're not really walking the walk. Right. And what you see on Instagram, a lot of times it don't define, or social media, I'm gonna say, not just Instagram, it don't define the work that people actually put in, the real ones. So I really want to lift you up, bro, because it takes courage. You know, it takes one knowing themselves to be able to deal with this younger generation, which is our future leaders. Right. You know, kudos to you, my brother.
Nah, man, I appreciate that.
Out there, like what you just said, Timmy, and I think a lot, for the most part, when I'm out there, the women, they submit to for the most part, and they let the men take care of it.
Nah, for
And
sure.
you will watch boys take a look at that sideline of their mamas. I'm working for him on the sideline, like they'll be wanting to be there, and I'm like, nah, don't tell them nothing or whatever. So when they look over there and they see help ain't coming, they got to take the order. They got to take the extra lap and run hard or whatever. So when you start to see boys like that, and to a lot of this, me speaking to our sisters out there, if never before you could see the response of a child from when a man talking to him dinner or whatever, he's not pampering them or whatever, and it's just in real life scenarios. When a man is there, order will be restored or whatever. Consequences will come down. There's no babying up, and I think a lot of times that you looking at that's my baby. We know he got to be raised from a boy to a man, and I think that that's a dilemma in the black community. But I will say, I don't know who told the lie. I see at every event we go to, black fathers involved, hands on. And I be wondering where they get these myths from, or where they get these stories from about the black man not being there. And I'm talking about not just one of those, I'm not with the mama, I'm there. You could see this father because they doing homework on the sideline for practice start. So this is a relationship that they have with their son or
The
whatever.
narrative is definitely changing.
Right.
You know, and is a well-needed thing in this era, you know, because again, a lot of our kids are timid.
Right.
But it's only because it came from a generation before them.
Right.
Right.
We've been weakened before them. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I ain't grow up with my daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, I don't fully just let my kids get into dangerous stuff. Like I had to do a lot of the dangerous things that I don't want them to do now,
Right.
which is sometimes softening.
Right.
But just knowing that you care is one element that we lost as men. So that's why it's more important now, more than ever, for dads to really, really be involved. And if y'all are seeing it, like that's a great thing.
Right.
Like that's a great thing.
That's
But
what-
we gotta talk about it more too.
Right.
For sure.
Because the narrative gonna continue to be painted like, oh, yeah, the black man is absent.
For
And
sure.
when we really there, you know?
That's what it's about, dude. Like you said, man. That's what you're a father. I feel like, man, you should want your kid route to be easy than yours. You know what I'm saying? You said it's soft. I don't feel like it's softening. You know what I'm saying? Some things they gotta learn on their own. You know, but that's what you here for, to make it easy. We don't want our kids to go through what we went through. You feel what I'm saying? I just had to go tap dance. Like I said, just go tap dance on Burn from. I don't want, like, you know, I ain't ashamed. I'm proud of it. I feel like it made me who I am today. But I don't want my nephew have to go grind at 9, 10 years old to make his own money. You know what I'm saying? The fun things he need. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, these kids, we letting kids be kids. Like we grew up fast. You know what I'm saying? We grew up real fast. I want these kids to be kids. That's why, you know, I found out there coaching. I'm trying to save as many kids as possible, man. These kids really need that.
And what you just said on something that's so important, we look at it as soft. One day I'm in a restaurant with my son, and the counter is high, so he trying to wash his hands. So of course, I'm lifting him up, and an old timer came in there like, man, put that boy down. What you call him? You know, back then we didn't have nobody to help us, so we had to do hop on it,
Get on there with your elbows.
with the elbows, and now you splash. And you got you know, you wetter than you normally, but you had to improvise because you ain't have nobody. And I asked him, I said, you going up with a father? And he was like, nah. I'm like, that's why you did it. You clammed up.
Facts.
Because you didn't have, I'm like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm helping him out. So he's need to wash his hands. So I got it. He basically sitting on my arm. Now he can wash his hand better. That's help. For us, it's almost like, helping our kids, the narrative is we making them soft. Nah, we're there present. That's what help look like. So I don't think we should look at it as weakening our kids. Then they coming from an environment that's in the better. But I will say that we could still help them make money at their age, but it don't have to be with the same amount that we did. Like, you know, my son got a book out. That's a different way. That's the same tap dance hustle.
Right.
But it's not as push. You had the tap dance,
Right, I
or
did.
whatever. He don't have to
Facts.
push his book as much, but he could still make the successful. And I think that's a transition that we had.
So basically, what you're saying, there should be a balance between fun. I know that you said that you want kids to be kids based off of what you have been through.
Right.
But if you look at other races, that's not a go for other races, other parents. They have their kids learning about stocks, just like you said.
Right.
They have their kids doing books. Chinese, I think it's whatever that race is. Their kids are like learning fundamentals on like little tests that their parents put them through. Like there's other things. So do you think that there should be a balance between fun and actually having fun and being a kid?
Oh, most definitely.
So the question was, do you think there should be a balance between fun and business?
For sure. I feel like me and my mind, we think about we trying to start something right now. Like just like football, we trying to start some, after school touring and stuff, teach the kids more things, I feel like just as the much energy we put in sports, we should put into the business side too for our kids. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If once we get on that, then the sky's the limit for our kids. You know what I'm saying? They having fun and they learning at the same time.
Right.
I feel like we should try to come in between and try to come up with a solution for we could do both things. I feel like we could get it done though for sure.
I think the curriculum in the school does not benefit our kids. I think those 12 years, if we had our own school and we was running it, I think our kids would come out much better. I think by us not having control of the curriculum of our kids, it's a waste. Rick, I'm telling you to sit down for 8 hours. Just sit down and just it don't work like that. And I'm gonna show you how crazy it is. And I'm glad we got into this conversation. They tell you don't cheat. Don't look. I shouldn't look on Nolan paper and get the answer. They say that's cheating.
Right.
When you need your taxes done, you do your taxes or you go to somebody.
I go to somebody.
When you need a lawyer, do you do it or you go to somebody?
I go to somebody.
When you need your haircut, do you go to somebody and let them do it?
Yes.
When you need your car detailed, do you go to somebody?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But most of the times, when you need professional services, you go to somebody else. Right. But when I'm in school, you consider that cheating. Nah, I perform up to the level I want, and then you go and get it. But it teaches them not to work together. And then you get in the real world, after all that telling me I'm cheating and don't look, now they struggling with working with people. If you in this world right now as an adult, if you're not working with people or whatever, you're failing. The successful people work with a lot of people.
No, I agree.
For sure.
I feel like the whole school system teach you how to be a good consumer.
Yeah.
And not even a good consumer. Like you one of the worst consumers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like honestly.
And man, it's just so crazy. These kids like I said, we hand our children to that system, and I call it the public food system. It'll make a food out of you. To get where I'm at right now, I had to throw the teachers was good because they was good people, but I had to throw the whole education system and re-educate myself. If I was walking around with that, I wouldn't be nothing. Yeah, for sure. And I promise you're not walking around with that public food system gave you, Rick. No, it's more than that.
Because it's creating anxiety within these kids too. These benchmark tests that they have to take.
For what?
For what? Like for what? And not saying that we don't want to kind of challenge their minds, right? We want to challenge them, but do it in a way where the Montessori schools do,
right?
Where they hands on, where they touching stuff, moving around.
Right. Carver we used to have brick mason, we used to have carpentry, and we used to have auto mechanic.
Yeah,
they took that out. They taking that out of school.
When I went to school, we had that too. I when I was on my senior, I had welding, we had electrician, we had plant operator, CNAs, and cosmetology.
What school that was?
Landry Walker.
Okay.
Man, that's a hit. Because it's hands-on now, I get to learn and I get to experience these things, which I'm going to have to go through in real life. But you sit me down in that class, Rick, man, 8 hours, sit down. You get in trouble for talking. Yeah. They're a speaker. But teaching them how to be a motivational speaker, become a professional speaker, that's not a class. Mm-hmm. So I was a good seller. Y'all remember when they used to give us a chocolate? And you had to go sell a chocolate. Mm-hmm. Right. I used to always sell it most. But being a salesperson is not a grade. If you put my speaking grade in my salesman grade, Rick, I was an A student. I'm walking around with the C's because you ain't got my grade up in here.
Right. Right. No, that's crazy. But the crazy thing is too, you was selling, but you wasn't getting the money, was you?
Well, Rick, I'm gonna always make weight. Rick, there's no way in the world I'm gonna walk out here. You gonna tell me sell this candy for $1, and I'm gonna come back and give you. Oh no, Rick, this $1.25. Rick, I gotta get me.
You gotta get the whole $600. No
man,
deal, man.
You remember that? You remember that candy they used to sell? He's got a whole big old box of candy.
With the chocolate, the world famous chocolates, the peanut ones, the white and brown box.
But they used to give us a whole case.
Yeah, we did.
All
too.
type. And then you like, you had to sign for it or whatever. My mama said, I don't know why you signed for it, baby. Don't worry about it. This is not your business. I go by the houses, by the white people. And I get them out of $1.50 or whatever. You're supposed to sell it for $1 or whatever. And
You put yours on it.
Oh, yeah, I had to put my cut on that. I was happy when that came around.
See, they need more brothers like you.
But man, we have a game that we play every week, brother, called Do You Remember? And I'm asking you, are you willing to participate in this game? We take you from TV shows to rap lyrics to movies, and we just want to know, do you remember?
Forward, man. Come on. Anything
You in?
I'm
All
ready.
right.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Well, I'm going to test you with this first one. You say you born and raised in New Orleans.
Right.
This man has been around since you have been born or more. What's Morris Burke phone number?
Oh man.
It's on the sign. It's on the radio. I mean, this should be like up there.
That's crazy, bro.
Huh?
I done seen Mark Buck so much sound. I was trying to get a tip from that man. That's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy. I done ran up to Mark Buck and said, hey, how about give me a tip, man? I think he got money, you know. He's Morris Buck. You know, that's crazy. I don't know his number.
His number is 525-8000.
How, bro? That's the easiest number to get. That's the easiest. That's crazy.
One call, that's all. All right, now I'm going to ask you this question. On the TV show Wayne's Brother, the father that played Pops, what was his favorite song? What was the name of his favorite song?
Oh man, say bro, I'm 28, man. I'm 27, man. I got
all right, so hold on.
I'm how old y'all is?
I'm 35, brother.
Yeah, I'm about 8 years.
All right.
10, you know?
So all right, so you go with Martin then? I can swap him out for Martin. No, you ain't good with Martin either.
Let's go.
All right, with Martin, what did he accuse his friends of stealing from him? Legendary episode.
What did he accuse his friends of stealing from him? Man, not his keys, none of that.
It just came out. You was young when it came out. All right, I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna give you this one. In the movie Paid in Full.
Oh yeah, I might could do this.
All right. What kind of rims that was 8 cylinder on Mitch's car?
Type of rims. That wasn't on.
He said.
He said what type of rims it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't Dayton's, huh?
Yeah.
It was Dayton's.
It was Dayton, but it was called. He said it when he came out there. He said it was the gold BBS's. It was Dayton's, but that was the name of it. The BBS's.
All right.
All right.
So he got that one, huh?
Yeah, he got that.
All right.
What was the first Popeyes? The first Popeyes in New Orleans, Louisiana. I would say in Louisiana, not New Orleans, Louisiana. Where was located at? The very first one.
Not on 7 North, huh?
Man, come out of the 7 Wall, man. Come out the 7 Wall.
My boy said on the same on St. Bernard.
There was one there.
Straight up.
He robbed a lot.
Oh, the first Popeyes. Let me see. First Popeye. What was the first Popeye?
Erabody, Louisiana. But I'm gonna leave you with this last question.
Where was the first Popeyes at?
Erabody. Yeah, Erabody. Down St.
Down
Claude.
St. Claude.
Man, when year this open?
Oh man.
When year they closed out?
I think 78.
When year they closed out?
After he transition, he shut that one down. But it was in Arabic, going towards Chalmette or whatever.
Well, he did say he's 27, 28 years old, so you got to get his man something else.
But I'm about to ask him this. Who scores your first touchdown? The first touchdown with your youth team. Who scored the first touchdown?
Oh, Eli.
And break that play down for us. Take us down memory lane.
But you want to go to the scrimmages or you want to go to the real game?
The real game.
Against Hyrel. First game of the season, we played at Hyrel. That was a tough game too. That's like our third time playing Hyrel this season. You know, giving the ball that we did too sweet. Took it. I think broke a tackle, took it to the crib. Yeah, that was a tough game, man.
How many yards?
About 30 yards.
About 30 yards.
About 30 yards. That was a good game too, man. They played us tough. That was a good game.
Man, it's been an honor having you here, brother, on the show. I'm gonna ask you one question. Are you willing to come back and be a friend of this show?
Most definitely, man.
Man,
I feel like they need this voice. I feel like, I'm trying to get some more coaches to come up here with me if we could do something with it,
Man, definitely. Anytime y'all have anything going on, brother, y'all need to put it out, information, and y'all want it on us to help out any type of way. Y'all have brothers here, not just us. Level Up Campaign, Enhance on Foundation, man. Whatever we could do to enhance and advance our kids, because we truly believe investing in our kids is our future, and that's the only way that we can make it. Nolan, I want you to look right in that camera right there, and I want you to tell people, parents, sponsors, how they can find you and get in contact with you in the Green Wave.
You can find me on Instagram at __ Nolan, Nolan, with 4 N's at the back of it. And you can also reach me on our team page, which is MJ Greenwave 6U. That's our team page. You can find me on. You can hit me up on there or on my regular page. I will respond back immediately.
Thank you, brother, for coming to be a friend of this show. Once again, I'm the Honorable Darren D. Purnell, the street speaker himself. And don't forget to run to get our book. It's available on Amazon Businessmen. Go get it. Yo, Rick.
Well, you heard the man. The book Businessman is on Amazon right now. I hope this episode was just as informative to you as it was to us. Thank you, Nolan, for coming on, giving us a great show, and guiding and leading our future leaders, my brother. As for us, you can reach us on Erabody's podcast. That's ERA Body's podcast on all social media platforms. And we out. Peace.